Hello, welcome back to the continuing adventures of Shadowblade as he treks through the dungeon. Guys, I am sorta not sure about this character anymore. He is constantly running into dangers that make me afraid for his life. He doesn't feel like he has control over the situation he's in. Quite the contrary, I keep feeling like things are almost at a breaking point with him. I keep worrying that this next step is going to be my last, and I keep getting into near life and death situations. My Firestorm is 2 levels too weak. Necromutation is fine, actually. I don't know. Am I training it? It needs to be not trained right now. Yeah, I'm not training it. But my evocations is lousy. It needs a little bit of improvement. Everything is just a little bit weak with him, and I'm worried that he's going to die if I'm not very careful. At every step of the way, I'm not even sure that it matters, because if I enter the wrong door in Pandemonium and end up next to some serious enemies, I will be dead no matter what I do. All of this adds up to a situation where I'm saying to myself, you already have 6 runes. Wait, 6? What 6 do I have? What am I missing? I should have, like, the 5 basic runes. Decaying, Slimy, Abyssal, Demonic, Gossamer. Oh, okay, good. And then, Silver. And then the Mnemonic rune, which I picked up. Yeah, so 6 runes. Maybe I should just end the game now before things go south. So I'm seriously considering exiting the dungeon next chance I get. Now that I've switched over to being a mage, and I've finished the early game, maybe dragons would make me feel stronger. Scratch that. Dragons would make me feel stronger. So I'm going to actually turn on summoning training to get these dragons up online as fast as possible. But that leaves me as training 1, 2, 3, 4 schools. So, yeah. I will continue draining away my stabbing school. And at this point, I still have fighting at 9, which is pitiful. It needs to go up. So a lot of things that need doing all at once, and I can only do one thing at a time. And of course, there's this constant issue where I don't have a direct beam spell. I just have this Orb of Destruction, and that's all I have for damaging these enemies at straight up. And since I'm making strong moves away from my stab hood, I can no longer be like, well, maybe Confuse will do the trick. Oh god, I'm just walking directly into a clusterfuck. I can feel it. Turning on repel missiles. Hell, if I had haste, I'd turn that on too. Firestorming. And that was a miscast. And a blast and a smite. Okay. Get off whatever I'm gonna get off. That's a couple blasts. That's good. Crystal Ball. It actually worked. The Panlord is vulnerable enough to fire. Ooh, no. Do not hit yourself. Whatever you do not hit yourself. Okay, that's a Brimstone Fiend, which is a good enough reason to start running the other direction. What the hell just happened? That guy has a distortion effect on his weapon or something, because he just made me blink. So I'm going to re-blink back to where I was and start running for it. And he seems to be fast enough to keep up with me, which is excellent, because I want him to keep up with me in a rare twist, so I can incinerate him. Shit, that was a miscast with contamination. I've got a dig wand, right? I do? Okay, get me out of here. I'm running blind-ish, but I know what I'm doing. And that's something. Oh god, I ran into a Brimstone Fiend. See what I was saying about feeling like every move is nearly my last? This is just going to worsen my contamination, but I can't afford to not blink to the correct spot here. And I came back to life. So this is a good chance of teleporting to safety being my only option. I didn't have time to put on control, but mercifully the game decided not to screw me over on that count. We're going to channel back. I need to successfully cast this before I start getting mutated. Okay, good. Remove the contamination? No, don't worry about it. At yellow contamination, it's not that big a deal. Take out the Hellwings, get my mana back, and we'll wait out the glow. I can definitely kill this Panlord in an ideal situation if I get to fight him one-on-one. And I'm back to normal, which is good. Okay. So yeah, I'm in need of better armor. I'm in need of fire resistance. I don't think fire resistant helps with Hellfire, though, and ultimately, that is the thing which has been pummeling me the worst, the Hellfire blasts that Fiends have. And above all else, none of these are going to help me kill fire-resistant enemies, because my Firestorm, which is like 55%, 65% resisted, is, you know, barely able to scratch them. I've already considered a few rather ridiculous possibilities, including what if I convert away from Ashanzari, but the penalty of having those massively negative aptitudes for so long is going to be prohibitive. Oh my god, that's another miscast. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm dealing more damage to myself is the problem. I guess Torment immunity is a helpful thing to have. Yeah, and you know, being in Zot, but not being able to use... Or not Zot, being in Pan, but not being able to use my Pan spells is just not a good situation. And don't kid yourself. Even if I have Firestorm down to 15%, that's just a gamble every time I do it. How many points of failure are there when there's a, what, 12% chance? 14% chance that your spell will fail repeatedly, followed by an additional, you have to use the Channel Ball because you have only half mana, so there's a chance that that will fail as well. I don't actually need Mephitic Cloud anymore. And Freezing Cloud is at a 1% fail. You know what? I don't actually care. I'm going to memorize Freezing Cloud. It's probably got like half power right now, right? Yeah, it's like minus 3 pips of power. And I actually drained my ice magic. No, I never drained my ice magic. Okay, good. I thought I did, but apparently I wisened up and took it away from stealth stabbing instead. So I should be able to get a fairly powerful ice cloud going at will. And what letter is it on? It's on E. That's the wrong letter for it. You know what? We're going to swap I and E. Freezing Cloud should be in the zones, and Repel Missile should be E. Now watch me accidentally put on Repel Missiles when I mean to Freeze Cloud at some point, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. See, because Ice Devils and ice-related things that are not immune to my fire, I'm able to deal significant damage to. How close am I to my burdened limit? I'm pretty close. I should start ditching stuff I don't want. Like this +3 Ring of Intelligence. Or this. Vampirism. Actually, it's a resist elect source. In a high-risk situation, I have no other way to resist electricity on a dime, and that's important to be able to do. And to think, okay, there's probably a fiend based on the size of his face right here. So let's peek very carefully and then get going. Are you kidding me? Stop. Oh my god, it's not a fiend, it's a fucking Panlord. Ashanzari, are you serious? That was your idea of a not serious threat? You know, it sucks when you take 7 turns to line up a really good shot, and instead of going off, you just get, you know, miscast. Let's see if I can't kill this guy with orbs of energy. That'll be more likely to actually work. Less likely to miscast. And if he keeps chasing me like this, it's not like I won't have adequate opportunities to aim my shots. Forget the crystal ball, just nail him. Crystal ball. Boom! Got him. Okay, that was nice. Nick you out. And ice devils can actually be fired. You're fired. Let's try my new ice spell. Yeah, see, that's more like it. Not having to use an orb of destruction lined up to kill even the most basic of enemies. I actually really should forget about delayed fireball. It doesn't deal enough damage anymore to be viable. Oh, sweet, and I can use my fire spells to remove these clouds when I'm in the mood to just move past them. I also have resist cold ×3, so I can just walk through my own ice clouds and only really risk my potions in doing so. Okay, I don't know if I can take this guy out with ice storm or not, but I'm going to try. Or not ice storm, ice cloud or not, but I'm going to try. So, freezing cloud, fill up the area. That's a firestorm. That's a freezing cloud. Fill up the area. What's your health looking like? Heavily wounded. Alright, that's awesome. Turn the corner. Freezing cloud. This is gonna hit me maybe, but nope, it didn't hit. And he went down. Yeah, that's... Okay, so for any of you who ever are in my situation and think, oh hey, I'm just used to running a deep elf where it's like, I don't need to have the opposed element covered because I'm just so powerful with my spells that I can just ignore the resist. Well, if you aren't like running top powered spells right out the gate, it's definitely helpful to have something that covers the other resists. And Orb of Destruction, while fantastic, is not sufficient by itself. You need something else more. You'll notice I'm not training my ice magic at all. I just brought it up to like level 4. Ashen's Piety brought that up to level 7. And quite frankly, when I'm dealing in level 9 spells, that's practically untrained. Tongue of Flame. Channel back. Yeah, I'm splitting this experience into so many schools, it's practically going to have no effect for a long time. It's going to have no practical effect for a long time. Which is unfortunate. I need to actually pick what I think is the most important thing to fix and then fix it. And until Ash Piety transfer is done to summonings, I don't really have full control anyway, so that's fine. Okay. Next floor. This feels like the first time I've fully explored a pan floor, rather than having to escape in terror in this run. Let's see where we're gonna go next. My assumption is they're gonna send me into one of the named Panlord floors before I'm ready for it, and I'm gonna have to make the hard choice between finishing the job or running out with my tail between my legs. Whatever that phrase is. Okay, I don't want to be walking around overloaded. That's actually a bit of a risk. How's my ID scroll stack looking? Oh my god, I wasted a recharge scroll on something that didn't need recharging because I have its duplicate. Great, just great. And anything else to ID? I'll just go ahead and ID it then. I do like hanging on to a disintegrate wand or two, so I will hang on to that. I'm carrying around books I obviously don't want, so we'll get rid of one of them. And the deck that I don't want, so we'll draw one of them. Or drop one of them, not draw. Good God, not draw. How overloaded am I really? 114%, so I'm not going to be getting down a baseline. That's just too much to hope for. Drop a pair. Drop a couple scrolls of enchant weapon and curse weapon. And drop. I think that should do. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Alright. Actually, what was that second book, and why am I carrying it with me? Oh, right. That's fine. I'm going to be using it eventually to unmemorize Mephitic Cloud, probably. I don't have any summons I can bring with me for my own added security, right? I can't put repel missiles on, and I don't know if butterflies will be smart enough to follow me down a floor, but we'll see. They are smart enough. Nice. And they actually kind of sort of came in handy. Even more nice. Not on the ice patch, I see. Well, you're weak enough to die just to fire. It takes like 6 shots. Oh my god. You scare me. Firestorm? Yes, I'll fire at my butterfly. For the love of God, I think it's an okay trade. Was this a named floor? Because I'm seeing a disproportionate number of executioners. No, it is not. Okay. I'm obviously in a bit of a bind here. There's an executioner somewhere here behind me. There's the unknown up this way. There's a portal out, though, so I'm going to head in the direction of the portal, and if shit looks really bad, I'll just, you know, bail. Shit merely looks somewhat bad. Butterflies was done to create a bit of an air gap. Okay, I successfully managed to channel mana. Blink. That should do. Let's take this guy out. I have enough mana to blink, yes. Control blink, I mean. Let's get way the hell out of the way. Drop a freezing cloud throughout this hallway. Get mana back. And just bail. What? How did you get that close to me? You were so far away, and now you're right next to me again. That's just beardy as hell is what it is. Missed. How about firing something that doesn't miss, eh? Maybe that'll work. Yeah, that worked. Blew him up with an orb. It's the problem with being my dodgy self. I can't tank a hit worth crap. Even with my trollish regeneration, which means that I do recover from damage very quickly. So I don't have to worry about the whole standing in the unknown nearly as big. It's not nearly as big a deal if I survive the initial burst. Of course, that's the opposite of what you really want. You want to be able to survive the initial burst, and it's okay if it takes you a while after that to recover. I would drink a Cure Mutation Potion just to get plus 10 to my mana capacity, so I'm really hoping I come across one. I'm kind of surprised at myself for not having done that before I entered Japan. Okay, that's a nice amulet. Resist fire and resist cold. It's also conservation, which I don't need. It removes my resist mutation amulet, which is unfortunate, but let's be honest here, I'm in Lich form, so I don't really need to resist mutation when I'm immune to them. And it has the added benefit of giving me that precious first pip of resist fire, which I don't have otherwise. So we're putting it on right now. You are not bound in magic. Oh crap. That just put me at fail levels of casting. Please tell me I have a cursed jewelry. I do not. Well, Ash and Zari, today is your lucky day. Here's 3 scrolls. I hope one of them is... Okay, here's a couple more scrolls. Hope that works. Yes, thank you. Curse on that fucking amulet. Moderately bound, partially bound in magic. I could go fully bound in magic, actually. Temporarily, that would not be a bad move. I haven't ring swapped in a very, very long time. How am I doing for remove curse scrolls outside of oh god, I have so many if I ever get on the outside again. Okay, so here's the new plan. I'm going to curse on this ring for temporary sake. Once I find a cursed jewelry scroll, that will help with my magic problems, which are currently kind of inhibitive. Ash and Zari's skill transfer to summoning is complete. I'm going to turn that off for the moment so that I can focus on training my key skills a little bit more. Let's go transfer of knowledge from the stabbing school to the... I don't know, what do you think? Conjurations or fire? Both do the trick. Or evocations. All really good. We're gonna probably go with conjurations in the end, so I might as well bite the bullet and do that now. I mean, I am literally done with stabbing and starting conjurations, so there's no reason not to make this particular switch. Oh, come on. An air elemental, eh? That's a oddity. Alrighty, it's another one of you assholes. Well, I know I learned my lesson from last time. We're just gonna go straight up orbs against you, because while you can physically dodge around them, there's no, oh, what's that? You missed even though it looks like it hit, because this guy is dodgy as fuck. Okay, no, see, you literally just appeared next to me, you asshole. That's what we call cheating. None of this periphery of my vision crap, eh? And now he's gone. Did he chase me into the teleport, maybe? Yeah, I don't know. Whatever he did, I still call shenanigans on it. What do you mean I don't know that spell? I know Blink. I do it all the time. It happened again. How do these guys keep just appearing right next to me? And I wouldn't really be that upset about it, except that I'm not powerful enough to deal with that just now, so it actually puts me at serious risk of life and limb. You. Oh my god, did you miss? Yeah, they both missed. Okay, teleport is not a bad option right now. I refuse to blink with orbs in that area, because knowing my luck, I'll just blink right into the orb. We're gonna head to the teleporter. God, this guy is faster than me. I actually just need to teleport, honestly. I need to stop being like, I can make this without teleporting. I'm overloaded, which is so many kinds of bad that I need to become a lich. I need to heal, because one critical hit or bad landing could end me. Okay, there we go. And I forgot to put on control teleport, so, you know, that could have been the end of my run right there, because I forgot to do that. Regen is going to be helpful right now. Go ahead and eat the heaviest thing you have, and drop a stack of potions. Because potions tend to add up in weight pretty quickly. Hell, drop these and these, because you don't use them. Drop these. I don't have enough shit to be, you know,
I never intend to wield a weapon again, so there's really no benefit to carrying scrolls of enchant weapon that are not going to be used to break into a treasure vault. And any sort of kind of reason to wield a weapon is disappearing literally turn by turn as I train out of it. That's a kill. And that's a panlord. It's a very odd-looking panlord known as Zeliba. And I think odd-looking is the key word. Is that an eyeball coming off the top of his head? I don't think he can see me over here firestorming him, which is good. Alright. Let's go with one more. And then start running. Oh, he's stuck on my... Excellent. That was quite something. How do smoke demons use hellfire? They don't, which means that whatever is behind the smoke demon is hellfiring the fire vortex, which means I need to run for it because it has hellfire. And I'll drop a freezing cloud behind me, just to make my point clear. Do not follow. Okay, that was 4 bolts that this asshole dodged. Ah, you gotta be kidding me. Another one of you guys? You're in a hallway. You're not escaping. The orb might literally physically miss, but otherwise you're not getting away. Keep coming back to life, and I keep wanting you to be dead. Oh, shit! The good news is, Freezing Cloud will probably kill him in 2 turns. You want to follow me? You follow me through ice. Oh, he's not following me through ice. Clever bastard. Now you follow me through ice. I think I just got the abomination. I don't think that got the fiend. No, it might have gotten the fiend. Or he might have gotten behind me. I feel like enemy spawn rate is really high, and I'm just not used to noticing it because I don't normally have vision through walls of my enemies. And that's why it's so frustrating, because I'm used to seeing them coming, so when they spawn very close to me, I don't get that forewarning that I've become used to. You know, the recall in this might actually prove useful at some point in the future. Some distant point, since I'm not even training that school right now. How are we doing? The knowledge transfer is coming along quite well. And that area has been completed already. Okay. Well, that's 3 orbs of destruction that all happen to miss. And you, let's see if that orb of destruction, yes, it went all the way. I love it when a straight shot like that hits. Okay, floor looks like it's just about completed. Completed. Next floor. Next floor. Oh, let's drop an ice zone. And start getting out of the way, and drop another ice zone, and continue getting out of the way. And if that means that they're not following me, you know what? I can live with that. Oh, fuck. Crystal ball, and drop the ice zone again. You want to keep following me, you're going to hit an orb of destruction in your face, son. Why are you, an ice imp, not dying to my goddamn fire? Stop dodging. Little fucking imps. Okay. I'll keep going. Take down. Low-level ice blast. I need to get out of the way first. I kind of want to get closer to him now. That's a takedown as well. Okay, next, you. Dance in ice, foo. Definitely want to drop an ice zone or 3 because enemies are still filtering in. You I can just take out. How about a firestorm should do the trick against you? And then let's go back into Lich form before I forget to do that. 15 scrolls of Identify? Wow. Yeah, in general, Ashnzari Piety makes Identify less useful, but Ashnzari's abilities make it less useful. In specific, I haven't needed to use an Identify scroll in so long. And I've only used them just out of convenience, honestly, for... Oh god, I forgot about that. Give me that controlled blink, please, and just get me as far away from you as possible. Okay, he died the same turn, obviating the need for that panic blink. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go ahead and turn on Regenerate and see how long it lasts. That wasn't Regenerate, that was Lich form. We're gonna turn on Regenerate and see how long I can keep that going. Not very long. Panlord showed up in the corner of the screen, and I refused to stand around here while he tries to kill me. I just walked through an ice cloud because, you know, it's not going to deal as much damage as 3 levels of resistance is going to help with. And taking the extra couple turns to get out of the way could prove very dangerous. Okay, that's a reasonable amount of power. Let's start blasting the guy. How do you like firestorms? You do not like firestorms. They hurt you. Good. Try that again. And again, and again, and again. Okay, got him. Hell Sentinel, are you kidding me? What are you resistant to? Everything? Oh god, immune to fire and cold? And can see invisible. I mean, you know, whoever made the Hell Sentinel one day must have been like, I want to make a creature that everybody will be afraid of, no matter how powerful they are. Let's make a Hell Sentinel. God damn it. Spams Hellfire, does serious damage in melee and not in melee range. The only really beneficial thing to know is that it can't fire Hellfire by smite targeting. It has to get up close and personal. Or have a clear line of sight at any rate. Which is not necessarily the same thing, so I guess I should have specified that. They're not exactly the fastest enemies in the world either, but you're usually in a position where they don't need to chase you down. Okay, I see where he is. Whew! Orb of Destruction hits, he dies. We are just about done with the skill transfer, and it has brought my Firestorm to, like, literally almost the same as it was before. It's not even that much better. Orb should nail him. Freezing Cloud should nail this whole hallway. But it is, I admit, it's a little bit more creativity involved right now than it will be in the end, where I'm forced to actually think which of my various abilities to use in each situation. Because once Firestorm is up and running properly, then that's just always the correct answer. Unless you have, you know, Ice Storm, then I guess that becomes another correct answer in a very select number of situations. Because you're never going to have full power. I mean, it'll take forever to have full power on both. Okay, the transfer is complete. And given just how slowly the benefits are coming in, I think I'm better off finding a goddamn wizardry ring and just going that route at this point. So, yeah, next chance I get, I want a ring of wizardry to fix this problem. Conjurations at 23.7, fire magic at 23.7. When they hit 24, we're turning them off for a while, because this is ridiculous. Evocations is at 21.8. That should be sufficient for the time being. Well, when it hits 22, we'll stop. And then we'll go back to what? Fighting training, I guess, or summons. Probably summons. But the moment I can start getting some meat bodies to protect me, I'll feel a lot safer. You idiot, I know you're standing right there. There you go. How's that? It was awful nice of you not to try and kill me for 3 turns. I will return the favor by killing you right now! Ice Storm the doorway. Fire. I keep saying Ice Storm. Freezing Cloud. Freezing Cloud is Ice Storm's younger brother. Firestorm does not have a younger brother. Oh shit, run. While protected by the Uftiftibus, I will just get all my mana back, shall I? Yeah, it took a ridiculous number of bolts to kill him. That's why you don't use fire to kill a fire creature. Melee range orbs of destruction. You need so many of them, but it does the trick. Cursed Ring of Hunger, I'll pass. Bardiche of Protection, not even tempting. MR, nothing. Yeah, okay, let's move on then. Lich form on, and that's the floor. Next floor, please. Okay, it's apparent to me now that butterflies actually do get pulled in without having the option to be like, I don't want to follow you because I'm an idiot. Because it feels like every butterfly around me has been pulled in every time, and that's more than I would have expected by luck. Drop some of your heavier food, or just your food in general. I'm carrying, oh, actually, eat the lich, eat the stuff off the floor. I'm carrying 2 potions of porridge, and potions of porridge are just better, quite frankly, in terms of weight to food value than most other sources. They're also pretty fast to eat, so if I'm not mistaken, they're actually just 1 turn, because you just quaff the potion and you're done. Let's kill off these small guys before I have to retreat through this area. Sweet. And I have 8 of the Precious Restore Abilities potions. This is a... Oh, and I have a Scroll of Blinking. I actually have some reasonable safety power right now. Okay. That's most of the floor. Time to open the door and let out the juicy, juicy insides. Okay. Let's get my lead and then start firestorming the crap out of you. That's a miss. That's another... Okay, there we go. Firestorming the crap out of you. That's the 1. That's a miss. That's mana back. That's a 1. That's a miss with contamination. Oh god. That's a hit. Mana back. Orb finishes the job. Contamination over. Oh, what's that? You and your torment power think you can scare me? Listen up, dude. I came down here immune to torment. That's the one resistance I insisted on making sure I had, no matter how hard it was to get. And by resistance, of course, I mean immunity. I seriously, that's the one thing in this game that I truly don't understand how you're supposed to cope with without going full-on mage lich is... Are you guys just summons? No, you're real. Well, you're gonna be dead soon, so it won't matter. Alright, so do you know how I let out the juicy insides? Apparently they all decided to come out down this hallway when I started making all that noise. A combination of all of the curses on me. Movement speed is very quick, I'm pretty sure means it's Spriggan levels. It's possible though that I'm not getting Spriggan speed and I could be benefited by learning swiftness. I don't think so. I don't know what Lich form forces in terms of character speed, but it's never been an issue for me before. Alright, what are we talking about for failure? 15%? I'll take it. I mean, I'm down 2 stat points. That's not enough to really justify restoring stats right now. Next floor. Fog. Sea monsters. As in I see monsters, not as in they are sea monsters. Clear off. Alright. Alright, let's go this way, around, and catch you, whatever you are. A couple licks of flame will end you. You've already crossed that threshold that I said I turned it off at. Again, all of these are abilities that no matter how high they get, I'll always be saying could be 1 point higher. At this point I need to choose what really matters, and to be honest, I haven't had nearly enough crystal ball fail lately to justify running anything on that account. Way out through the abyss is actually semi-tempting, but only semi. You know what I haven't seen is the cursed jewelry scroll. I'm starting to think I'm not going to find one, so I'm going to start praying on my scrolls of remove curse every time I find them. I'll keep the few that I already have just so I have them handy. Is that what I think it is? It's a potion of cure mutation. Why the hell wouldn't you pick that up? Look, from now on, even when you're in lich form, there are some potions you always pick up. Restore abilities is good. Resistance, I don't see why. Potions of gain anything, absolutely want to pick up. Gain dexterity, gain strength. And potions of cure mutation, absolutely want to pick up. In fact, show me your unknown potions. You want to pick those up too. I think... yeah, potions of agility you don't want to pick up. Alright, let's try that from now on. I wonder if that changes both lich form and out of lich form or not. Whatever it does, I don't really care as long as I'm auto picking up important potions. It's pretty much the only thing that matters. That's 2 Hellfires, man. Those things hurt like the odds Dickens they do. Okay, next floor. And after this, I'm probably going to call it the quits for this video. Just one more floor should do. Ah, shit. Just get me out of here. Yes! Just... There we go. This is a named Pandemonium Lord floor. Definitely a good cause for magic mapping. Notice how this last chamber has a shape to it? That alone is enough to identify which of the Pandemonium Lords it is. Unfortunately, I don't know which it is just based on that. Fortunately, I don't give a shit. It hardly matters. We're going to use a potion of curing to fix my stat rot, or my health rot. We're going to use a potion of cure mutation. It's going to lose me the strength +1, but it also is going to give me +10 to my max mana, which is nice. Switch over to Lich Form and drop things that are making me overweight, that I can afford to drop. So, how about 4 potions of curing and a potion of heal wounds straight? The Book of the Warp and Conjurations. I'm pretty sure I have several of those. Oh, yeah. Conjurations. No. Book of Conj. No, I only have the one. Okay, in which case, hang on to it. What else can you afford to ditch? Oh yeah, half my goddamn Identify scrolls probably can go. The only other thing is, it's probably not the highest yield to drop those. I don't want to drop my Buckler of Fire Resistance. I want to keep it saved somewhere, but the truth is, I'm never going to be going back to it, because I'm going to need a Staff of Channeling pretty much for the rest of the game. I could get rid of this Rod of Warding. I don't use it anymore. Amulet of Disputation is always by definition superfluous. You can get rid of the Curse Armor. It's not like it's being used. So, anyway. That should help with my weight somewhat. I'm at 95%, which is fine. Just be careful not to pick too much up. Hell, I almost feel like turning off auto pickup if it wasn't going to disable gold to do that. First things first, as per usual for floors like this, which don't have control teleport, whether or not it has control teleport, explore the rest of the floor first before going in for the meaty kill. You never want to retreat into an unknown hostile area that could have been non-hostile if you had just spent a few moments preparing. Oh, this is great. The extra mana actually gives me a much larger cushion to work with. Much larger cushion indeed. Normally, yeah, like, I would have had 10 mana, and now it's like, nope, you still have 20. I'd just gotten so used to suffering, I hadn't realized how much I'd been suffering under it. Which, ironically, could be an analogy for playing a tough game like this in the first place. I was in such a bad relationship with my last build, I forgot how good it could be. No, just do one of these, work my way around the corner. Yeah, Ashanzari's warning system for relative threat level is only sort of useful anymore, since he pretty much is putting everything at the same relative level right now, and it's not actually that bad. Or, you know, it is that bad, but he still has it at the same relative threat level. I'm going to be losing a lot of intelligence, probably, by the looks of it. It shouldn't be a big deal, it's just a deal. And therefore something I have to deal with. Okay, Cacodemon is down. Orb to your eye. Yeah, the orb of destruction being pointed at your eye cannot be a comfortable prospect. Ha! Look! It's real chunks! It's some of the first real chunks I've seen in all of Pan. Okay, there. See that? That's the boss. And that's his chamber. And the rune is going to be up somewhere in the top west. There's no digging available here. And the only thing I can do to boost my speed is use my Wand of Haste. Which I might very well. I don't even know what these potions are. That's a first. Wonder what they are. Levitation? Seriously? I went the whole game without finding a potion of flight and or levitation? That's actually kind of impressive in its own roundabout way. Why would you pick up chunks of eyeball flesh? What possesses you to do something like that? Don't pick up chunks from now on. The only thing that's got me scared is what if he comes around and heads me off from behind when I'm not paying attention. He totally can. So we're just gonna try and keep a wide berth. You know, fire in the hole style, rather than going in guns blazing style. Fire in the hole! Okay. Not yet. Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! And now we start retreating because something managed to get behind me again. Tongue of Flame. Fire in the hole! Actually, you can be taken out by Orbs of Destruction pretty easily. Not exactly the fastest tentacle monstrosity, are ya? Next time, try doing it to a Japanese schoolgirl and not a Spriggan. Tentacle monster. To paraphrase Chuck Sonnenberg from SF Debris, schoolgirls and tentacles are natural enemies. Well, I don't really have a choice but to take on the Panlord now, so that's the next step. It is Mnoleg. Mnoleg is very dangerous, can see invisible, fast, vulnerable to silver, yada yada. But what it seems is, without resistance to ice or immunity to fire, he'll be vulnerable to both of those. If ever there was a time to cast hasting on myself, it's this, so, you know, let's just do that whether I feel like I need it or not. Oh my god, he's trying to unsummon my butterflies. That's just cute. Yes, I'll fire at my goddamn butterflies. That's one. That's two, and he is taking almost no damage, and oh my god, could not have gone at a worse time. I got the crystal ball of fail. So let's quickly get back my mana, and we'll try again in a bit. And wouldn't you know it, now there's other enemies on the screen, just to prove a point. Miscast Firestorm? Well, sure, why not? You know, while we're on the playing this screw-up mid-over game, let's just do it properly. None of this newbie crap. It's a good thing I summoned all those butterflies. It bought me plenty of escape time. Let's continue doing exactly what I was doing before. Are you summoned? You'd better not be summoned. You're not summoned, okay. That's good. And then continue blasting. Continue blasting. Okay. As long as I have Lich Form on, the contamination isn't really that scary. These are summoned, probably in response to my many fire vortices. I'm not gonna actually blow up an imp. Gonna just continue poking. You can't be summoned, you're too big for that. No, okay, he's not summoned, thank god. Alright, so as of now, we clearly don't have a way to dent this Panlord properly. We can poke it and we can escape from it, which are the most important traits. Or, well, we can poke it, and more importantly, we can escape from it, but we can't kill it outright. Okay, as long as you keep chasing me, I can still do shit to you. Miscasting Firestorm has dealt me so much damage. But here we go. It looks like my poke is actually paying off. You know, all these miscasts of Firestorm aside, it does work 1 in 3 times, and that's good enough. Or 2 in 3 times, which is still under the statistics. And there we go! Mnoleg is dead! Dead, 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 dead. Why don't you just keep chasing me, asshole? There's a couple orbs to your face, and that should end you. La 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 ho 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 la 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 la. Oh man, I lost a scroll of remove curse. That sucks. You cover ground extremely quickly. It says that it's suppressed by some changes of form. I assume those are the changes of form that affect my speed, and I assume that Lich Worm is not one of them. But I still have no way of proving that. Actually, maybe I do. Your movement speed is very quick. Your movement speed is quick. Well, I'm overloaded as well, so that's not helping. Now what's my movement speed? Very quick. So it's very quick no matter what. Okay. So good. So I am a Spriggan Lich in all of the valuable senses of the word. And I have now picked up my next rune. All that talk I was giving before about, oh, maybe I should quit the run, suddenly seems a little bit less pertinent. Also, I've picked up a fire dragon armor, and not gonna lie to you, the temptation to just wear it on and see how I deal with the fallout is very high. It will take a lot more armor training to negate the penalty, and that's a lot more than I've done. Turning off conjurations of fire right now, and turning on summonings. Because 12% fail with intelligence loss, so how many do I have? Do I have like 7 restore abilities? I have 8, so I can totally drink 1. How am I burdened as a lich? Damn, I must have picked up something heavy. Oh yeah, that giant dragon armor I'm carrying. What was I thinking about? Right, I should initiate an Ashanzari skill transfer, shouldn't I? Stabbing of 12.3 isn't going to be doing any real damage anymore, because enemies are stronger than that, so we're going to finish transferring stabbing into something else, and at this point I think summoning is the obvious choice. So, transfer knowledge, stabbing to summoning. Okay. Drop... You know, the thing about the Fire Dragon armor is that it's unenchanted, so even though it looks like a real benefit right now, the fact of the matter is I can go back to the main dungeon and create a Fire Dragon armor later if I so desire. So it's not actually urgent that I get this out with me eventually. It would be nice though, so I'm going to see about preserving it, but I'm not going to prioritize that. I have 3 teleport wands, so I should get rid of one of them. We'll get rid of the one that has the least charges. And, I don't need this Vamp Resistelec Arpoise sword, but even more than that, I don't need the dagger. So if I end up in melee range fighting with a sword or a dagger, bigger problems have already happened. It will be nice to have at least one source of resist electricity. I don't have any right now. And let's lose a few more identify scrolls. I don't need those. Okay, technically I'm underweight.
At this point, I should still lose another item or two. Anyway, I promised that this was going to be the last floor I did today, and, well, or not today. I promised the last floor I did in this video, and it will be because, hey, Panlord. And if I can take on the basic Panlord, I think at this point, Cerebov's floor is the only one that really needs scare me. Because there's an icy themed one, I think, and I should be okay with that too. Thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next time.